And then they start acting out of that. Well, if everybody else got theirs, then I better get mine too. Over and above and beyond, regardless of who I trample on, or where I go, or what activity I take place in. That it doesn't matter as long as I get mine. That's operating out of fear that there's not enough. A belief that somehow that divine intelligence that created this entire universe didn't make enough for everybody. I don't get that. This is not an accident. There is a power that is greater than me. There's a power that is greater than all of you. There is a power that is in and within and is the universe that is available to each and every one of us. That's what we call the universal law. This power is here. We're using it all the time. And everything that is about that is already within me. So this was the second quote that Ernest used from the Master Teacher Jesus. Because Jesus said in his own words, and I don't speak Aramaic, so I'll give you the English version of it. The kingdom of heaven is within. Think about this. The entire kingdom of heaven is within. It's right here. All of it. Right now. If that is so, why am I not using it to my highest and greatest good? And not only for my highest and greatest good, but the greater good for all. Because we say in Science of Mind that God is all there is. It doesn't partial itself out and say, well, this side of the world or is better than that side of the world, or the top is better than this side of the world, or that this planet is better than that planet, or this universe is better than that universe, because really we don't know how many universes there are. We thought we did, but we also thought that the world was flat. We don't know everything yet, and yet the power and the presence is already within. The kingdom of heaven is already within. It's all here, right now. Where are we going with it? Well, hopefully we're going into a higher level of consciousness. Hopefully, not hopefully, I know. I'm telling you this right now. Trust me on this one. We're moving into a higher level of consciousness. We're evolving into something more spectacular. We're learning that not only do we believe that we can change conditions in the world, but we are changing conditions in the world. All the time. Sometimes not for the greater good of all, but eventually it comes back around to it, because there is only good. So regardless of how much we mess up or mistake, in other religions they call it sin. We just call it a mistake. You miss the mark. Because sin is an archery term. It says I missed the mark. So we just missed the mark, so we get to do it again. Because we are eternal. This essence of who we are is eternal. The body is forever changing, moving from this experience to another experience. At least I believe so. I haven't been there yet, so I'm not sure. But it's what I understand is that the essence of who I am is eternal because it is God. Because God is all there is. Are we there? Are we understanding some of this? I don't expect you to get all of it, because I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. But what I understand is that there is nothing to fear, because there is good and only good in our experience. What keeps us from there is our belief that there is something less, our belief that there is an evil presence, our belief that we don't have enough, our belief that we're not young enough, old enough, smart enough, educated enough, whatever. It's just your belief. Begin to move your belief forward into this idea that there is good and only good. So I've been working on this acronym of fear, trying to come up with something new. So I started out by thinking, well, fear, so it's forgetting everything about reality. Thank you. Because we think when we look out here that all of this is the reality. Everything that's out there is a projection of what's going on in our mind, in our beliefs, and it's projecting out onto the screen of life, and that becomes our reality, and then we start reacting to the reality that we've projected out, and we're bringing it into our belief, the false evidence, and creating more of it, and so the projection throws up out all over all the rest of us, again and again and again. So forget everything about reality and move into a place that understands that God is all there is, that everything is whole, perfect, and complete. And that if that's what we begin to have as our belief, then our projection is going to change, and it's going to be a new reality. And we're going to like that one a whole lot better than some of the things we've experienced in the past. Create something new. If your life's not working for you, change it. Simple, huh? Yeah. Just not easy. Because you got to work it. You got to keep in the practice. You have to stay in that movement of recreating and creating the new universe. See, I wonder, and you think I sometimes go way off into the outer cosmos, and I do. But I wonder about this. Is this the only universe? See, there was a while there when we thought this was the only universe and that everything was already in this fixed universe. And I said, well, when you get to the edge of the universe, then what's next? You know, is it just empty? And then they started to discover these things that are called the black hole. Well, I'm wondering, because as I understand the black hole is that it attracts everything into it, and then when it goes into it, it just like kind of disappears. What if that's the next Big Bang? So this one that we're experiencing, the Big Bang that has evolved to where it is today, is just the other side of what has moved through that experience that they're now discovering as a black hole. And how many of them are there? And how many times does this Big Bang happen again and again and again? Well, if God is all there is and God is infinite and eternal, then it's forever. And we're all in this together. Forever. So I suggest we might try to want to get along with each other, love each other a little bit more, help each other when we have the opportunity to take the experience that's available to us right here and right now and do the best that we can with it, knowing that we'll have another opportunity and another time to do it again and again until we move to another evolution. So my second acronym came out with Forever Evolving Absolute Reality. Yes. Forever evolving absolute reality. We are forever evolving. So work it, create it, recreate it, make it even more magnificent than you've already had, because we believe that we have the power and the presence within us to do that, to create it.